Here's the PET simulation motion and force basics. Here's a tug of war with no forces. Sum of the forces is 0. There are none. If you could have a tug of war with yourself, here's what it would look like. Pulling with 50 newtons to the right, the sum of the force is 50 newtons to the right. Counter that with a bigger force to the left, 100 newtons. So the sum of the forces, 50 newtons right, 100 newtons left, is 50 newtons to the left. Here we go. Coming back the other way now. What this is showing is unbalanced forces result in a net force. Next, let's apply a force to this object. There is no friction. The applied force is the net force. And we can see the values, and with the speedometer, see that a constant net force is causing the object to speed up constantly. So there we saw a net force causes object to speed up. Let's try that last one with some friction. Here's a force of 50 newtons to the right, but friction is 50 newtons to the left. 100 newtons to the right, friction balances it 100 newtons to the left. Finally, 150 newtons of applied force is more than 125 newtons, so there's a net force of 25 newtons to the right. The applied force is 25 newtons more than the friction force to the left, and we see constant speeding up occurring now. And if we apply more force, it speeds up at a greater rate. And now we'll back off the force. And just the friction force by itself is a net force to the left, and the object slows down. And in that last one, we saw net force cause the object to speed up and slow down. When it was just friction and the moving object, the object slowed down. Friction was the net force. This is the same as the previous simulation, but now we have an acceleration meter here. There's a force not enough to overcome friction, still balanced. Now we have a net force. Notice the sum of the forces, the net force is constant. We have constant acceleration, and you see the speeding up that occurs. That is a constant acceleration. And we'll back this off. And in that last one, with the help of the acceleration meter, we saw a constant net force causes constant acceleration.